give you an example. So the first 3 years of college, I was on 3 different campuses. I started at Carson Newman College. I was in Tennessee, and I took a bunch of different credits and a bunch of different courses that obviously stay with you when it comes to college. So the way college works is wherever you're registered at a certain school, you'll be registered there for life, and you could always enroll in classes no matter how old you get. That's how college works, right? So registered at Carson Newman College. Next year, I went to Montgomery College, which is a community college. And then my third year, I was at my dream school, which is Stony Brook University, which I wrote a book about. It's right here. I was at my dream school, right? For my final 2 years of college, right? So when it came time to for my junior year, and I was loaded with credits because I was taking credits every single year I was doing things. I was at least active in the game. I'm loaded with credits, and I'm at a brand new school, and I'm a part of this football program now, which is a Division I program. And, the taxing on the time, the amount of time for practice and meetings and everything we had to be a part of on the football team, I had to figure out how I was going to pick a major and play football at the same time. All right. So with all these credits all over the place, like here's most of the time, especially if you play this is or play college football, period. What you normally have to do is you would basically go online, look at the roster of the players and see what everybody else is majoring in, and you say to yourself, okay, those are the options, because everything else that you wanted to do, whether you want to be a business major. I remember going to Stony Brook wanting to be a business major and wanting to actually do some athletic training and all that, but the time to do those and play football, it just was like, you just wasn't going to be able to do it and play football. So you just had to make that decision. And me personally, I was going to play football. So, me not playing football wasn't even a part of the discussion. So anyway, I say all that because they immediately put me into a sociology major. All right. And with sociology was good, but I had taken so many different credits and different classes at other schools that I was able to switch from sociology to something that's called multidisciplinary studies. All right, MTD. And multidisciplinary studies is you pick 3 disciplines and you take enough credits, and that allows you to create one major. All right. So my 3 disciplines were history, philosophy, and sociology because of the classes that I had taken previously before I got to Stony Brook, right? So what happened was most of my sociology classes was with shout out to Miss Professor Marone, all right, Catherine Marone, who I could still reach out to this day, and I will always appreciate for a lifetime, because she taught not only was she a sociology teacher, but she also was like a department head for the multidisciplinary studies major as well. So what happened was I was taking one of her sociology classes because it was highly recommended. She was a very popular lady. She was a white lady too, by the way. The fact that she's a white lady is very important in this story. She was a white lady, and she with a lot of the people who taken her class before spoke very highly of her. A lot of people, oh man, you're gonna love Marone's class. I mean, people that weren't football players. I spoke to the regular students and the people on the team and other athletes and all that. Professor Marone is her. She's her. She just does a great job with the classes. So I would sit in on the lectures, right? I would sit in on every lecture. I would never skip class. I was not the kind of guy that was skipping classes. Again, if you were to meet my father and my mother, you would know. Even though I'm in New York and they're in Maryland, you would know skipping classes was a really bad idea when I had the 2 parents that I had. Even though they were nowhere, like they weren't on the college campus mentally, if I'm skipping classes, knowing the sacrifices that they made to get me here, and I'm skipping classes, man, I wouldn't have been able to even enjoy the day if I was skipping classes, because mentally I would know the way my mother and father are, that like, mofo, look, I would feel like they're actually there in New York ready to bust my ass, knowing the sacrifices that they made to get me to school, and I'm skipping classes. So anyway, I say that because I wasn't skipping any of the classes, and I was in these sociology classes with Marone, and I'm paying attention. I'm just tuned in because the subject matter actually is something I'm very interested in. The subject matter of sociology and the culture and how people think and how people are living. That's what we were studying in certain, aspects of it and all that. So I was in class and being very attentive and being very interested in what was going on. However, the test, all right, the test was always multiple choice. The test was always multiple choice, and I would fail it. I would fail the test every single time that was multiple choice. So I remember failing it one time and going to her, and she, a white lady, just like the guy I was telling you about before, the with the tire stuff that gave me $1 at the tire shop. She, a white lady, offers me an opportunity to take an essay-based exam, and I ended up graduating because of that. It was those classes that I needed to graduate. She offers me an opportunity to take an essay-based exam, and I end up acing all of the essay-based exams.